Hello everyone and welcome to my Soap Twist 24 channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. In the softly lighted examination room at Los Angeles General Hospital, Hope Logan Spencer perched on the edge of the paper-covered table, nervously pulling the hem of her blouse. It had only been a few weeks since her beautiful, heartfelt wedding to Liam Spencer, a day full of laughter, tears, and genuine delight at reuniting their family. Beth presided with the solemnity of a kid, proclaiming them husband and wife as Douglas handed over the rings and Kelly clapped in delight. Deacon had accompanied her down the aisle, Brooke had shed joyous tears, and Bill had taken Liam into a rare, close hug. It felt like everything was finally falling into place after years of grief, separations, and the never-ending pull of fate that had kept them apart. But now Hope felt different. At Forrester Creations, she experienced a faint wave of sickness in the mornings, an unusual weariness in the afternoons, and an unmistakable discomfort. She had confided in Liam the night before, snuggled up on the couch in their new home, the one they had finally moved into away from the Logan cabin, a new beginning with more space for Beth, visits from Kelly, and whatever the future brought. "I think I might be pregnant," she had said, her voice full of joy and dread. Liam's eyes brightened, his signature waffling temporarily forgotten as he drew her close. Hope, really? After everything? This would be incredible. They agreed to confirm it jointly, setting up the appointment for the following day. Liam paced the small room, periodically brushing his fingers across hers for comfort. Dr. Ramirez, a kind-faced woman who had delivered Beth years before, entered with a warm grin and reviewed the initial blood test results on her tablet. "Congratulations, Mr. and Mrs. Spencer," she said, her tone professional yet delighted. "The tests are positive. You are definitely pregnant." Hope's breath hitched, tears welling up in her eyes as she turned to face Liam. He grinned with a youthful, sincere smile that had won her over all those years ago on the grounds of Forrester Creations. He moved forward to kiss her forehead, muttering, "We're having another baby." However, Dr. Ramirez wasn't done. She pointed to the ultrasound machine brought in by a nurse. "Since you're here, let's take a quick look. It's early, but we should be able to hear the heartbeat." Hope lay back, the cool gel on her tummy, the wand gliding gently as the screen came to life. The room filled with the quick, whooshing sound of a little heart beating fast and steadily. "There it is," the doctor stated, pointing to the slight fluttering on the screen. "Baby A, strong heartbeat." Hope and Liam exchanged looks, delighted by the familiar miracle unfolding in front of them. Then Dr. Ramirez adjusted the wand slightly. In joyful surprise, her brows rose. And there we go. Baby B. Another heartbeat, just as strong. The room became silent for a while as the words hit home. "Twins?" Liam asked, his voice rising in incredulity. Dr. Ramirez nodded, zooming in to reveal two different sacs with tiny shapes. "Yes, congratulations again. It's twin boys." Hope exclaimed, her hand rushing to her mouth as tears flowed down her face. "It's twin boys." Liam stopped, then burst out laughing and crying, taking Hope into his arms as best he could as she remained reclined. "Twin boys. Hope, we're having twins." "Two boys," the doctor chuckled as he printed out the first photographs of their sons. "Everything looks perfect so far. Fraternal twins, from what I can tell at this stage. You'll need to come back for more detailed scans, but this is wonderful news." As they left the office, hand in hand, clutching the ultrasound photographs like precious gems, the world outside appeared brighter. The Los Angeles sun shone through the clouds, spreading a golden glow across the parking lot. Hope leaned toward Liam, resting her head on his shoulder. "Can you believe it? After everything we've been through, the losses, the separations, Beth's miraculous return, now this. Twin boys." Liam paused and turned to face her completely. His eyes gleamed with emotion. "It's like the universe is making up for everything. You, me, Beth, Kelly when she visits, Douglas, and now two little brothers. Our family is growing in ways I never dreamed." They drove home in a fog of happiness, contacting Brooke first. Mom, you're not going to believe this, Hope exclaimed, her voice brimming over. Brooke squealed with joy over the phone, vowing to run over with celebratory non-alcoholic sparkling cider. Deacon was next, answering at Il Giardino. Princess? What's the big news? When Hope informed him, he whooped so loudly that Hope had to put the phone away. Twin grandsons? Sharp blood running strong. Tell Liam he's gotta teach Em how to throw a punch. Just kidding. I'm so happy for you, kiddo. Bill was next, and even the formidable dollar bill Spencer softened. Twins? Boys? That's Spencer legacy right there. Proud of you, son. And Hope. Welcome more officially to the family. Steffi, ever the difficult sister figure, sent a text. Heard the news. Congrats. Boys, huh? Finn and I are thrilled for you. It was shaky peace, but peace nonetheless. Beth was at school at the time, but they had a surprise planned for her that evening. Liam helped Hope settle into the couch, fussing over her with pillows and water. You need to rest. Twins. The doctor said you might feel more tired, more everything. Hope giggled and drew him down next her. I'm fine, Liam. Overwhelmed, but in the best way. Remember when we lost Beth, or thought we did? It broke us. But now, this feels like healing, like hope renewed. He gave a nod and traced circles with his hand. I never stopped believing in us. Even when I wavered, even during the dark times with Steffi or the fights, you were always my heart. As the afternoon progressed, family members arrived. Brooke was the first to rush through the door, arms laden with bags of baby clothes that she seemed to have conjured out of nowhere. Twins. Boys. Oh, my darling, this is another good news on top of your beautiful wedding. Donna and Katie followed, with the Logan sisters embracing Hope. Katie, glowing from her own revived passion with Bill, muttered, The universe is balancing things. Good things for all of us. Rich came by quickly to offer congratulations with his distinctive charm. Forrester Logan Spencer boys. They'll be stylish from day one. Even Eric brought a bouquet with a note. New life, new beginnings. Proud of you both. When Beth returned home that evening, they sat her down with the ultrasound photos. Sweetie, Hope said softly, remember how you wanted a bigger family? Beth nodded happily. Well, Liam explained, handing her the photos. Mommy's going to have babies. 2 babies. Your little brothers. Beth's eyes widened as she scanned the images. 2 brothers? Like twins? Yes, Hope replied, tears welling up again. Twin boys. Beth said, leaping into their arms. I'm gonna be a big sister twice. Can I help name them? Can they play with my dolls? Wait, boys don't play with dolls, but maybe. Laughter filled the air as they suggested names. Strong ones like William for Bill, or traditional ones like Alexander and Benjamin. The night was filled with stories about Beth's newborn days and promises of future adventures. But, amidst the euphoria, Hope felt a quiet thought. Life on the bold and the beautiful had never been easy. Rivalries at Forrester, old loves lurking in the shadows, and familial conflicts that could explode at any time. Steffi might be smiling now, but twins, boys, mean more Spencers, more links that would bound Hope and Liam forever. But in this moment, none of that mattered. Liam held her tight as Beth fell asleep between them on the couch, dreaming about her boys. Another good news, Hope said quietly, reflecting the enthusiasm that had started it all. Liam kissed her temples. The best news. Our family complete. Weeks passed into months. Hope's pregnancy went normally, albeit the twins made themselves known early on with kicks and hunger. Mornings featured ginger tea and Liam's soothing back rubs. At Forrester, the hope for the future line grew, thanks to her brilliant vitality. One afternoon, during a routine appointment, Dr. Ramirez confirmed, the boys are growing perfectly. Active little guys. Hope and Liam looked at the 3D ultrasound, seeing little faces and hands waving as if saying hello. They're going to look like you, Hope teased Liam. Or you, beautiful and strong, he responded. Family gatherings grew more frequent. Brooke threw 2 baby showers. One for the women, complete with pastel blues and games, and another for the men, where Bill boasted about the Spencer twins controlling the world. Deacon, rehabilitated and proud, erected cribs with his own hands in Il Giardino's rear room. "For my grandsons," he answered gruffly, concealing his sorrow. Steffi and Finn paid Kelly a visit, bringing gifts for her new brothers. "Hayes will have playmates," Steffi stated sincerely, old tensions easing with fresh life. Even Thomas, who had returned temporarily from Paris, congratulated Hope, his gaze lingering but accepting her happiness. As the due date came, Hope thought on her adventure. From a young girl dreaming of love to a woman who has faced grief, betrayal, and triumph. Liam, her anchor, and her waffler became steady. One night, contractions began softly. "It's time," Hope replied quietly. Liam rushed into action, calling the family and packing his bag. The labor became more intense at the hospital, where Brooke held one hand and Liam held the other. Hours of effort, encouragement, and tears. Boy A arrived first, crying lustily and sporting black hair similar to Liam's. Boy B appeared shortly after, with Hope's fair features. The doctor put them on Hope's chest. Healthy twin boys. Perfect. Liam sobbed freely. "Our sons." They called them Ethan William Spencer and Noah Deacon Spencer to celebrate their family and new beginnings. Beth was in awe when she first met them. "They're so small." "Hi, brothers. I'm your big sister." The room was filled with happy Logans, Spencers, and Forresters. Hope gazed at Liam over their sons' heads. "It's twin boys and so much more." He nodded, satisfied. Their journey continued, bold and beautiful, now enhanced by the laughter of two little boys, proving that hope and love always triumphs. The room was quiet save for the soft hum of the monitor and Hope's breathing as she lay against the pillows. The sun shone through the curtains, producing a warm glow that felt almost symbolic, as if the day itself was holding its breath in expectation. Liam sat alongside her, his fingers interlaced with hers and his thumb making soothing circles over her knuckles. After everything they'd been through, misunderstandings, heartbreak, uncertainty, this moment seemed fragile, precious, and intensely emotional. When the doctor walked in with a warm grin, Hope felt her chest tighten. She'd learned over the years that smiles could mean a variety of things, and not all of them were positive. Liam straightened in his chair, his free hand immediately reaching for Hope's arm as if to support both of them. The doctor spoke calmly and reassuringly, repeating the test results, before saying the words that changed everything. "It's twin boys." For a little moment, the statement appeared to float in the air, surreal and weightless. Hope blinked, convinced she'd misheard. Liam's breath caught, and his eyes widened as he turned to face her, looking for confirmation. When Hope's lips parted, and she let out a chuckle that was half sob and half joy, reality set in. Twin boys. Hope pushed her palms to her mouth, tears streaming down despite her best efforts to contain them. She felt relief, thankfulness, disbelief, and an immense euphoria that almost hurt. Liam stood immediately, drawing her into a protective embrace, his arms wrapping around her as if he could protect her and their children from whatever the world could throw at them. "I can't believe it," he said softly, his voice shaking. "Two. We're having two boys." Hope laughed again, shaking her head as she stared at him. "I don't think my heart has ever felt this full." The doctor gave them a moment, realizing the importance of what had just been conveyed. When the door finally closed, leaving them alone, the silence felt different now. It was no longer heavy with fear or doubt, but vibrant with potential. Liam knelt beside the bed, putting his palms softly on Hope's stomach. He spoke softly, as if worried that raising his voice may somehow interrupt the miracle happening before them. "Hey guys," he said quietly. "This is your dad. I swear I'll do everything I can to be worthy of you." Hope looked at him, her eyes overflowing with love. In that moment, she saw not the man torn between two lives, two loves, but the man who was unwaveringly committed to this family, this future. She leaned down and placed her palm on his, enjoying the warmth, connection, and shared dream. In their world, such news was seldom kept confidential for very long. When they told Brooke, her reaction was precisely as Hope had predicted. Tears flowed down her cheeks as she grabbed her kid into a tight hug, smiling through her emotions. "Two grandsons," Brooke exclaimed, scarcely containing herself. "Wow, Hope. This is great. After everything you've been through, you deserve this happiness." Ridge was quieter, but just as touched. He clasped Liam on the shoulder, pride and emotion visible in his eyes. "You're stepping into something big," he told you. "But I know you'll rise to it." Steffi's reaction was more complicated, laced with surprise, real happiness, and a calm acceptance that a chapter had come to an end. When Liam told her, she genuinely smiled and congratulated them. "Those boys are lucky to have you as parents," she added, and for the first time in a long time, her words were free of stress. As time passed, Hope found herself continuously worrying about the future. 2 cots, 2 small outfits, and 2 personalities ready to emerge. She anticipated late nights, multiple feedings, and the commotion that would inevitably ensue, but none of it worried her. Not anymore. This was a challenge she was willing to take, especially with Liam by her side. Liam, for his part, plunged himself into preparation with a zeal that startled even him. He researched everything from twin strollers to parenting literature, wanting to be prepared. There were times when he wondered if he could truly balance everything, if he could be the father his sons deserved, but every time he doubted himself, he reminded himself of the commitment he had made. One evening, as they sat in the living room, Hope leaned into Liam, his arm around her protectively. "Do you ever think about how close we came to losing everything?" she asked gently. Liam nodded as his jaw tightened. "All the time. And it motivates me to strive harder to retain it." Hope turned to face him, her gaze stern yet warm. "We have both made mistakes. But this feels like a second chance." He tenderly kissed her forehead. "It is. And I'm not squandering it." At Forrester Creations, the word traveled swiftly, bringing congratulations and excitement. Even those who had viewed Hope and Liam's relationship with mistrust could not dispute the importance of this event. 2 new lives meant more than just happiness. They represented healing, progress, and the prospect of something greater than before. As Hope's pregnancy advanced, the reality of having twins became clearer. There were days when tiredness overtook her, and soreness made even ordinary activities difficult. Liam was there through it all, attentive and supportive, encouraging her to relax, bringing her anything she needed, and never making her feel alone. Hope, unable to sleep, placed her hands on her stomach and felt slight motions beneath her skin. She grinned, imaging the lads mingling right now, sharing space and life. Liam moved beside her, partly sleepy, and laid his hand on hers. "They're active tonight," she murmured. He smiled, eyes closed. "Already keeping us on our toes." As the months passed, discussions concerning names became a common topic. They debated, laughed, and occasionally disagreed, but each exchange drew them closer. Choosing names felt like the first genuine act of parenting, a way to recognize each child's uniqueness while honoring their eternal tie. There were also times of fear. Twins meant greater risks, more checkups, and more waiting rooms filled with nervous expectancy. Each ultrasound provided both relief and a reminder of how much was at stake. But each time they heard 2 robust heartbeats, hope surged again. Brooke frequently checked in on Hope, offering guidance, reassurance, and unconditional support. She sensed in her daughter a fortitude that had been built during years of adversity. "You're not just becoming a mother again," Brooke explained one afternoon. "You're becoming an even stronger version of yourself." Liam saw Hope's emotional and physical transformation. She exuded a tranquility and serene assurance that had not always been present. It motivated him to grow alongside her rather than fall behind. As the deadline came, anticipation pervaded every aspect of their life. The nursery was complete, decorated in calm, soothing colors. 2 little beds stood side by side, mute reminders of the lives that will soon occupy them. Liam stood in the doorway one evening, taking everything in, his chest tight with emotion. "This is really happening," he remarked softly. Hope followed him and rested her head on his shoulder.
Yes.
"And we're prepared." When the day finally arrived, it was a mix of dread and exhilaration. The hospital room was buzzing with bustle, with physicians and nurses moving with expert precision. Liam never left Hope's side, his hand grasping hers while she concentrated on each breath, each instant bringing them closer to seeing their sons. The first hull split the air, powerful and clear. Hope burst into tears as she heard it, relief and excitement washing over her. Moments later, a second cry joined the first, harmonizing in an almost poetic manner. Twin boys. Liam laughed through his tears, overwhelmed by their small size and powerful presence. When the nurses placed the babies in Hope's arms, time appeared to stand still. She looked down at their faces, memorizing every detail, and felt a love so profound that it changed her definition of the word. Liam leaned closer, his voice breaking as he talked. "You're perfect," he said quietly. "Both of you." Everything else faded away. Past mistakes, old wounds, and lingering doubts seemed insignificant in comparison to the life that lay ahead of them. These two boys were more than just a blessing. They exemplified tenacity, forgiveness, and the enduring power of hope. As the family gathered to meet the new members, the room was filled with laughter, tears, and quiet awe. Brooke held one baby and Liam cradled the other, their expressions reflecting the same wonder. Hope watched them with a full heart, knowing that this was the start of a new chapter. Not a flawless one, but a genuine one. A chapter written with love, patience, and a commitment to do better than before. For Hope and Liam, learning that they were expecting twin sons marked the beginning of something remarkable. Holding them now, feeling their warmth and hearing their soft breaths, they realized that every obstacle they had overcome had gotten them here. And as they looked ahead, they did it together, ready to face whatever came next, led by the simple, powerful conviction that, even after the most difficult storms, life can deliver a miracle twice.